Well, good evening. How are you guys? I didn't know it was my cue. Sorry about that. Um, yeah, cool. Well, listen, I'm going to be short, sweet, and to the point tonight. Okay? Um, I just want you to know that I'm a true believer. I believe that God created the heaven and earth. I believe that He created man and woman, and man and woman sinned against God. As a result of that, God had to come up with a plan to build a bridge between us and Him. And He did that in the crucifixion of Christ. I believe that. When I became a Christian, what led me to the Lord was actually fearing Him for the first time in my life. You know, I think it's interesting that the majority of the people that are in this world that don't believe in God, they don't fear Him. And to me, that just something that is beyond my comprehension. How can you deny God? How can you not fear God? How can you not recognize His existence, His creation? But the absence of fear in many people's lives of the trueness of the gospel is shocking to me. In John chapter 3, verse 18, it reads, "He who believes in Him is not condemned, but he who does not believe in Him is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God." The last time I was here, I talked about um, those who are saved and those who are not saved. And there seems to be a misconception by a lot of people that Christianity is about rules, it's about regulations, it's about restrictions. But it really isn't about any of those things. It's about belief. It's just simple logic of recognizing who God is, that He created the world, that He provided His only Son to die for our sin. And you truly believe that man died on the cross for you, and He died for me as well. When we recognize the existence of God and we recognize the existence of His Son Christ, we have to recognize the existence of Satan and hell. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but the Bible speaks of hell 167 times. 167 times. I get some water. Sorry about that, guys. So you have a lot of these folks out here that they don't believe in God, they don't believe in Jesus. Um, they think if you're a Christian that well, they just don't understand the concept. They don't understand how we live our life, why we live our life that way. And unfortunately, because they don't believe in God, they don't believe in Jesus, they don't believe in hell. But yet the Bible speaks of it 167 times. 167 times it speaks of the existence of hell. And the description of hell, according to the Bible, is a place of eternal suffering, a place of total separation from God and His goodness, a place of physical pain, a place of spiritual anguish, a place of darkness, a place of no rest, and a place of no hope. You know, there are a lot of famous people that have lived their lives, and one of those guys was Marlon Brando. Remember Marlon Brando? He was a famous Hollywood actor. Born in 1924, died in 2004. Upon his death, he had a net worth of $100 million, and that was in the 90s, so that was a lot of money. He was a very famous Hollywood actor. He starred in over 40 movies, and he won 2 Oscars within his career. But this is the most important fact that you need to know about Marlon Brando. In 1990, his son was placed on trial for murder. Remember that? Marlon Brando testified at the trial. When given the opportunity for the oath, he refused to place his hand on the Bible, and he professed to the entire world that he did not believe in God. The man died on July 1st, 2004 at 6:20 in the afternoon. At 6:21, Marlon Brando was on his knees pleading for mercy from the very God that he denied his entire life. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to church and we do all the things that we feel we're compelled to in hopes that one day when we do go to heaven, that God is going to honor our commitment to him and what we've done. And the bottom line is, guys, it doesn't matter what we do. We could go to church 365 days a year. We could do all the things that we consider religious. We could be the best person in the world. But the bottom line is, if we don't believe who he truly was, then we're not going to be saved. That's the bottom line. We're either going to believe or we're not. And so when we are before God, we don't need to be speaking in the first person about all the good things that we've done in his behalf. What we need to do is plead for his mercy and for his grace. Because without his grace, what we're doing tonight has no meaning. None at all. And if you don't believe that in your heart, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to go to hell. There are going to be many people that are going to go to hell because they didn't believe what Christ did on the cross. For whatever reason, they went through the stage of being religious. Who's the famous disciple that was very religious, very committed, very disciplined, and yet he betrayed him? Who was that? It was Judas, right? So this is where I'm going to close. This is real important. Isn't it interesting in the Last Supper that Jesus said to his disciples, and one of you guys are going to betray me tonight. And every one of those guys asked the question, is it me, Lord? Is it me, Lord? Is it me, Lord? And yet one said, is it me, Rabbi? Judas. He didn't believe. He didn't believe. So that's really all I have to say tonight. The good news is, Hope and I are going to be on vacation. We're leaving on Wednesday, and we've been given the privilege of being able to come back here the first 2 Sunday mornings in June. So I'll be sharing. But I just want you guys to know that when I speak in behalf of the Lord, I take it very seriously. And when I say something, I hope it has meaning. Because it's important that when somebody stands here and speaks in behalf of God, number one, they're genuine, sincere, honest. But more importantly, what they talk about is something that can have a lasting effect. And so hopefully the words that I said tonight will have a lasting effect on you guys. And I appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate you guys being here. And I look forward to the first 2 Sunday mornings in June, and it should be a good time. So thank you for your time. Does anybody want to close in prayer? How about you? Would you like to close in prayer? You don't want to close in prayer? How about you, sir? You guys have a good week. And we'll see you the first Sunday in June. Thank you. I will.